All right, YouTube, what's going on? Wednesday, I got another business gem for you. Now listen up. There are some of you who are going to be coming to business, and you're going to have the thought that no one can run that business better than you. So what's going to happen is that you're going to become the face of that business. When people walk into that business or they see you in that business, they're coming to see you. They want to see how you interact. And that's fine and dandy, but there's a big problem to that. You know what that problem is? You become stuck in that business. And once you become stuck, you can't leave. Because when people come in, they're looking for you. Oh, the business is not the same because he's not there or she's not there. Like the phase that I'm going through now in business is I'm slowly pulling myself back from everything that I'm involved in. Meaning that, for instance, one part of my business, I've been in for 10 years. And I'm like, it's time for me. Everything's set up. Everything's run perfect. All the kinks are worked out. It's time for me to give that to someone else. And me, instead of working in my business, I'm working on my business. Why? Because it gives me the freedom to go out and create more business. When you create more business, what happens? You make more money. But see, here's the problem is, this is why people get stuck in a business. It's because of shitty employees. Yeah, I said it. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of those shitty employees are Americans. Just today when I went into the bank and deposited some money, the way that the bank teller was counting the money, at the end, she was using the calculator. Her supervisor came to her and said, "Hey, you should do it this way." And I'm watching the facial expression of this female. She's pissed. She doesn't hear what this guy is saying. She's pissed. Doesn't like the criticism of someone trying to come to her and give her a better situation. That's one scenario. Or we have those employees out there who love Facebook, who always want to demand for you to pay them a higher wage, but they don't necessarily do the things they need to do to get that higher wage. All they're thinking about is pay. Not working, pay. They sit around, they gossip, blah, blah, blah. I had one employee, I called him on the phone because I wasn't necessarily in the place where the business was going on. And I said, "Where are you?" He said, "I'm at Applebee's." So I let the phone go, whatever, and I said, okay, maybe he's taking his lunch. I called back 2 hours later, and at least he was, he wasn't trying to hide it. He answers the phones again. "Where are you?" "Applebee's." He's drinking at Applebee's. And he's looking at me like, why am I bothering him? But at that time, I didn't have anyone else to go to as far as replacing the guy, because the guy had already been trained somewhere else. Because if it wasn't for that, I would have told him, you know what? You go ahead and stay at Applebee's. Don't go back to the business. The guy would borrow money out of the cash register. I mean, the list just goes on and on. And I'm sure some of you right now who have had businesses have heard nightmares like this. I've had guys that say, you know what? I'm going to get all my employees from other countries, legal employees, and then bring them back over here, have them stay at my house. I want to pay for the rent and everything, because there are people out there who do this. People who want to see America for the summer and things like that. You can actually go, the actual fair actually goes to South Africa. And they go there and recruit people, and they say, hey, you get to see America, blah, blah, blah. And they kind of glorify it, which, the carny life is not a great life. They glorify it. And then when people get here, they're upset, but they have great employees. Why is this guy going outside of the U.S. to get employees? Because right here in the U.S., It's hard to find great employees. I'm reading a book now on a guy who interviews 6 to 15 times just for one candidate to find the right individual. Because there's so much crap out there. You know? So, you gotta take that in consideration when you're opening a business, that you eventually gotta get out of there, or you create your system perfect at the beginning and you oversee it by hiring great people that are smarter than you, and run that business successful. And that's what I'm getting ready to do in a southern state now, is to hire a great team, because I'm not going to be there every day. I have other businesses to run, I have other things to do, and I want that thing running automatic where I have to get no phone calls. But in order for me to do that, it's going to take a lot of preparation, a lot of weaning out the bad people. And we'll talk about that for a little bit. You know, we'll stay on this topic, you know, after this video, you know, because I think this is an important piece right here in business, and we all can share our mistakes. And for those of you who are thinking about business, this is an important piece that you need to listen to. So I'm going to leave it as that, and I'm just going to leave with a comment of, you have to take yourself out of the business in order for you to expand and make more money. I mean, you don't go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and see the owner in there, you know, putting up, dropping chicken, or McDonald's, or any other established business. You don't see the owner there. The owner has people or a system that he trusts, and they go from there. So, I think you guys know where I'm getting at. So I'm going to leave it as that. Thank you guys for watching the channel. Please subscribe. And until next time, signing off.